When this report came out with the lost profits and lost royalties, the damages, when this came out, or when it was unsealed, I was gobsmacked. She's claiming both lost profits for Blake Brown, but also lost royalties for herself. And the reason that this was so shocking to me is because I'm so curious, what did she do to try and, you know, fight back against this smear campaign? She said she had worked on it for 7 years, developing it for 7 years, and it ended up becoming the biggest hair care launch in Target's history. 7 million in like 4 weeks. And then sales started plummeting. You started getting a lot of negative comments on, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. But did Blake and Blake Brown do anything to turn the tide? They disabled comments for, something like a month. Okay. But there are other ways to deal with comments on social media. You can filter keywords, you can block, you can report. And I know that's difficult because it's all got to be manual, but filtering keywords can be beneficial. And even if you don't want to do that, why stop posting for a month? When you had such a huge launch, the sales numbers were there, why stop posting altogether on social media? I went to Blake's contract, and it looks like she is obligated contractually for years 1 through 5 to make a minimum of 6 social media posts. And I think that includes posting, video, stories, things like that. And her first one was technically like a partner post with Blake Brown Beauty, but that was August 4th. Her personal post was also on August 4th. But if you look at that post, you had to scroll, I think 3 or 4 pictures into the carousel to get this image. And then it's not until September 28th when she posts again. So she's already lost all the momentum or potential momentum in leveraging her audience for Blake Brown Beauty and Target's biggest launch. And again, I know she was getting a lot of hate comments online, but you can look at this. The comments are off. 1.4 million likes, a bunch of, shares and reposts. And then December is kind of a repost from Women's Wear Daily. Another thing the next day, I think this was her own personal post, but nothing like pushing customers to the Blake Brown website, to Target, nothing pushing a purchase. And then she goes a whole 5 months until May 2025 before she makes another post, which was strange because she had done some promotional work for the Simple Favor movie. She was tagging her clothes, the jewelry, the person who does her hair and makeup, and she didn't tag Blake Brown. So if you're not using your products when you're promoting, that would have been the perfect time, right? I know she loves pushing her own products during promotion. Maybe she was told not to. I don't know. Another one for the new product, great. And then she goes the whole summer not pushing any Blake Brown content, at least on her profile page. She could have been posting stories every day. I don't know. I don't follow her. There are no highlights for Blake Brown Beauty. There's, interestingly, only a highlight for Betty Buzz. She's also got service days on here, and which I think are her in-person event type things. Going back to her lost profits report, did she do enough to try and turn the tide for herself or for her investors, for Target? Or did she kind of leave them in the lurch and say, all this hate's coming at me, I'm just going to post my bare minimum, what I'm required to do in my contract, and we'll go from there? If she did that, I think she's got a lot of nerve, and that's a lot of audacity to try and claim this amount of profits and royalties. If Wayfair had launched this online manipulation campaign, you're not new to media. You've been doing this for 20 years. Why did you just let it happen, I guess? Did your lawyers tell you not to do anything? Did you fight for the brand that you have been working on for 7 years? That's why the lost profits was so interesting to me, because I don't know what she did, if anything, to try and mitigate all this negativity and hate. And I noticed here she has a morals clause. Maybe that came into play. I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. Because doesn't it make sense to say that the online campaign was so severe, it was so damaging, that I was working so hard to try and repair my image and my brand and help Target and my investors, but nothing was working?